Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your Bolo Tradey. I'm back with another video. And what game sixes that we seen last night as my boy Jayson Tatum dropped 46 points to save the Celtics' season and force a game 7 back in the Garden. And the Golden State Warriors close out the Memphis Grizzlies. Even though they didn't have Ja Morant, they still gave Warriors a run for their money. And they're showing that the Grizzlies, the future's looking bright for them, even without Ja Morant. Because I believe they went like 22-7 without him. So the Grizzlies, they got promise. But hey, the Warriors got the job done. They're going back to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 2019. And they're looking to get back to the finals since 2019. And I said this a lot, but I'm going to say it again. The Warriors, man, they're back. That's all I got to say. They're back. And they're looking to get back on top of the mountain and see if they can clinch their fourth title. But let's start off with the Celtics and the Bucks game. Now look, Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, incredible performances after that collapse they had in Game 5 at home, as they bounced back with a Game 6 win to force a Game 7 on the road, as Jayson Tatum dropped 46 points, 7 threes, and that man was just Kobe-esque out there. Like, that guy could not miss. Could not miss. Like, he was doing it all. And he was just shooting over people, doing everything. And Jayson Tatum's proving why he's a superstar in this league. And if the Celtics could pull this off, man, it's looking bright for them too. But it ain't just Tatum. Jaylen Brown stepped up. Marcus Smart stepped up with 19. So, yeah, shout out to the Celtics for all-around great performance to save their season and force a Game 7 back in the Garden. And the Celtics, they've been proving this all season long. They got the offense and they got the defense. That's why ever since, I believe, the beginning of the year, they've been on a complete tear. Like, they've been one of the best teams in the league. And now they're showing it in the playoffs. Swept the Brooklyn Nets with the healthy Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And now they got a chance to close out the defending champs at home for a Game 7. So shout out to the Boston Celtics for that. And for the Milwaukee Bucks side, look, Giannis, he had an all-time great performance. So I'm not going to give Giannis all the blame. He had an all-time great performance. 44 points and 20 rebounds. So yeah, Giannis did his part. But the rest of the team, man, unacceptable. Jrue Holiday going back to his old ways of being inconsistent. Like, Jrue Holiday, he has these games where he looks like a top 5 point guard. And then the next game, he turns into Eric Bledsoe 2.0. Eric Bledsoe. Jrue Holiday was a no-show. He would decide to hit a 3 when they were already down by like 14 points. So yeah, Jrue Holiday, he needs to be better. Because what happened to Jrue Holiday that had 2 big stops on Marcus Smart? What happened to that Jrue Holiday? As Jrue Holiday, I believe, had like 17 points. Yeah, unacceptable performance by Jrue Holiday. So I know he's capable of doing better. Because like they said, anything can happen in the Game 7. And with Chris Middleton out, and look, Grayson Allen, his ass ain't off the hook neither. He was just as bad. And Bobby Portis, well, we're not expecting much from Bobby Portis. But Jrue Holiday, you got to be better. Because if Giannis drops like over 40 points and y'all still lost, people are going to look at you. So, Jrue, Game 7, I expect you to show up. I already know Giannis is going to do his thing in Game 7 unless the Celtics can lock him up. Because Game 7s, they can get physical and brutal. So, yeah. And some unsung heroes might step up. And I think Jrue Holiday has the capability to do that. But he has to show it. And see if the Bucks can get this road win in Game 7 for the second consecutive year in the second round. But moving on to the next game, we got the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies. Game 6, Klay is back. 30 points, 8 threes. Yeah. Klay Thompson in Game 6s, like, he just turns into like one of the best players in the league. Probably one of the most unstoppable players in Game 6. Because we seen it in 2016 against the Oklahoma City Thunders. He shot the lights out of them so bad that Kevin Durant had to go join him. And then we seen it against the Rockets in 2018 where he just tore them apart and blew them out. Then they'll proceed to win Game 7. And he did it in 2019 in some of those games, especially the NBA Finals before he got hurt, because he had 30 points. And if he was healthy, there would have probably been a good chance the Warriors probably would have won Game 6. So, yeah, Game 6 Clay is no joke. And Steph Curry, look, I know Steph kind of struggled from the field, but when he needed to step up in the biggest of moments, he did that. As Steph Curry was hitting bucket after bucket in the last minute. So, shout out to Steph and Draymond doing Draymond things. And Kevon Looney, shout out to Kevon Looney. 22 rebounds. That's all they need from Kevon Looney. Because that's all he needs is to protect the rim and grab boards. And that's it. So, yeah, great performance by the Golden State Warriors. And they're back in championship contention. And as for the Grizzlies, Dillon Brooks had an amazing game. Jaren Jackson played solid. And Brandon Clark, he was missing a lot of gimme shots. I ain't going to lie. Mostly at the rim, but he couldn't get it in. And Tyus Jones had a pitiful performance. So, yeah, the Grizzlies, they still gave the Warriors a run for their money, even without Ja, as they blew them out in Game 5. So, great performance by the Grizzlies, but not enough. And they're showing they got a bright future. And if they probably would have had Ja, would it go to Game 7? You might not know. But Ja was out. Warriors got the job done. They took advantage. And now they're moving on to the West Finals to await the winner between the Suns and the Mavericks. But this your boy Lil Trady signing out. Peace.